Thank you very much. I'd like to introduce our next piece is going to be conducted by the band director at Midnight and People's Elementary. And this is my colleague, Mr. Steve Kress.
You didn't think I was just going to start, did you? Come on. It's nice to be back up here at Nash. It's always good to come up here in the big house where all the big boys play and all the big girls play. This is a really special night for us in the band world here at North Allegheny in grades really 4, even though 5th grade is only represented here and 4th graders aren't here right now. It's an opportunity for us to showcase the entire program. And I'm speaking to the choir right now, so to speak, because you're all here. You know what the program is about. Most of you, many of you, are alumni of the program from many, many years ago. And it's good to see your kids up here right now. And I wanted to speak to you a little bit about that tonight. I'm not here to give you a history lesson. I'm the oldest NA years, in NA years in the band staff right now. So that seemed to be my role. The other guys were kidding me about that, but I'm actually not the oldest person here this evening. That's somebody else. In any case, we were talking about that, and we said, they said, Steve, are you going to talk about the history of the program, you know, from the early days with Mr. Farina all the way through to today? And, you know, I could. Certainly there are people that are still around, Dr. Berlin, for instance, that could give you a lot of history of the program and things that we've done over the past years and the things that we continue to do at a high level all the way through the program. But, you know, that's not what tonight is about. Certainly, if you want to talk about that history, I'd be more than happy to meet you at Starbucks and we can talk about that, or at one of my concerts, because we talk about that all the time. Tonight is about showing you what we do now, and it is what we're able to do now is because of what we've done in the past. And the only thing I have to say about all those things in the history of the program and everything else is that when you drive up here on campus and you drive around Championship Drive or Championship Boulevard, you see all the athletic things that have gone on with all the teams. And you have to come all the way around the building to see the ones that are for the band. And it only tells you a very short little bit of history about the great program that we're all a part of. So, you know, just understand that you are all in this room, you are part of something that is extremely, extremely special, not only to the North Allegheny community, but to the region, and to be honest with you, to the country. The program continues to make strides and put itself out there on the national stage. So here's what I'm going to do. Since I've given you a little bit of a history lesson, now I've got to give you a little bit of homework assignment. Since you all know this, or most of it, and you're coming through the program, or you're approaching the end of your time in the program for right now, I want you to go out and continue to be the advocates for our program and tell people how good we have it here at North Allegheny. Find that neighbor that's in maybe 2nd grade or in 1st grade and encourage them to be part of the program. Explore it in the elementary school. Encourage them to continue it through middle school, to develop those skills, and to get here to the senior high, to work with Mr. Steffen, to work with Mr. Baldanzi, to work with all the middle school band directors that hone those skills and get them to this point where we can all enjoy what's going on in the past and continue things into the future. So find that one person in your community. Maybe it's at church, maybe it's the next door neighbor, maybe it's a cousin, maybe it's somebody else in your family. Just continue to tell them how good we have it here and encourage them to be part of the program and enjoy everything that we have here to offer with the band program at North Allegheny. Okay, can you do that for me? Yes, say yes. Good, that's a good start, and we're in good shape there, okay? All right, we'll get rolling here with my portion of the program. This is a song called Open Road. Found this last year at the PMEA event when we had elementary and some of the middle school students that went over to Carlinton High School, and we worked with the guest conductor, and they played this on that concert that we did that last year, and I loved it. So I wanted to do it again this year with our all-star band. It's in 3/4. It moves pretty well. Nice clarinet work in it, good saxophone work, and some very nice low brass things at the beginning. This is Open Road. Enjoy. And they did a wonderful job with that piece. And we missed a rehearsal, too. So you can't even tell. No, we could tell. But we did a really nice job with that piece. We have a lot of things going on with the next piece. I know you're going to enjoy this. Mr. Clicker, Dan Clicker, who teaches band at Bradford Woods, and Hosak will be taking you through this next piece and probably explaining to you about all the wind chimes he had to bring and pack into his car to make this next piece work. Mr. Clicker.
Our next piece is titled Gentle Winds, and the ensemble's mission, their goal with this song, is to really paint a picture with sound. This is a very lyrical piece. It's flowing, there's lots of long tones, lots of rich harmonies happening amongst the ensemble. And starting at the very beginning, you'll be able to hear the sounds that we are using that are going beyond our instruments to really paint that picture of a warm, gentle wind for you. And we do have some special effects and percussion. There's a very special set of wind chimes that I found in my backyard when I bought my house, and I've cleaned those up and recovered those, and I had some extra steel tubing around the house and actually built a custom set for this evening. And I hope you enjoy not just the sounds of the special wind chimes, but all the sounds that these special children that are all special to all of us are making with their instruments this evening. This is Gentle Winds. It's my pleasure now to introduce the newest member of our North Allegheny band staff. Miss Allie Long is the elementary band teacher at Marshall Elementary, and we're just so pleased to have her here. And please welcome her to the stage for our final piece, the theme from Star Wars.
Thanks so much. While the percussion gets set, I'll just tell you a little bit about Star Wars, although I'm sure you don't really need to know. I do appreciate that they gave me the cool, fun song as the newbie, so I was automatically like the coolest one on stage, which was great. But the kids are doing a great job. They know the tune, so we're working on contrast in volume level and really using our ears to listen to all the different layers of the music that's happening. So we hope you enjoy.
Clarinets come through, horns and saxes. Okay? Follow straight through. Beautiful. Nice job, everybody. Yes. Okay? Horns, saxes, rest of the clarinets. Up.
Okay, let's hear it again for that elementary all-star band, huh? Good evening. My name is Mr. Stefan, and I I'm the director of bands up here at the senior high school. Mr. BANDza and I, who's down at the intermediate, do the marching band and kind of split the responsibilities of all these fine high school ensembles. And so this is a great opportunity for us tonight. This is Jazz Ensemble 1. And actually, you're going to be kind of our guinea pig audience because this is the first time we've played these tunes in front of anybody. We've only been working on them for a few weeks, so we'll see what happens. We are going to perform these when we go on our band trip in May to the Kentucky Derby Parade and the jazz competition in Cincinnati. I think one of the things that you might have heard already, and if you haven't, is the opportunities that you get when you're a member of the ensembles up here at the high school level. This group, in fact, last April went to Atlantic City. We took their college savings and we parlayed it. No, I'm just joking. They performed at the National Association for Music Educators All Eastern Division Conference. They auditioned. There was over 130 bands from the East Coast that auditioned. They picked 2, and we were one of the 2 that they selected. So those kinds of opportunities that you get to do when you're here at the high school. So without further ado, we're going to continue, and we're kind of filler music tonight when they're changing up on stage. This is one of my favorite tunes. It's entitled Corner Pocket, written by the great Freddie Green, who was the guitar player in the Count Basie Orchestra. And it was called Corner Pocket, not because it featured the guitar, but because Freddie Green, he called this his little corner of the ensemble, and he always kept it right in the pocket. And that's the title got its name. Now, this tune, there's a lot of arrangements, and there are probably some middle school folks saying, hey, we played that, we played that. This is the original. This is the authentic, transcribed, original Count Basie arrangement of Corner Pocket. And we're going to feature Frodo Giorgetti on the drums. And we got J.T. Robinson on the tenor saxophone. And we got the Matt Squared, Matt Eisenreich, and Matt Reese on the trumpet. And is that it for this tune? Okay. Oh, Nancy Shu, our Countess. The Countess of Basie over there. Okay, this is Corner Pocket. Thank you. Jazz Ensemble 1. Who's up first? Okay, I'll introduce you. Okay, so that's going to be our opener down in Cincinnati. I think, like I said, we've only been working on it for a few weeks now, but I don't know, I think we'll be in good shape. What do you think? Be all right? Okay, we're going to continue our age ascension. And we're going to bring out to the stage, this is the middle school all-star band. And I believe the first tune that she'll talk about is under the direction of Miss Courtney Gary, the band director at Carson Middle School. Miss Gary.
Good evening, everyone. When we talk about American marches, we typically think of two names, either Sousa or Carl King. The first piece that we are going to perform is entitled Big Four March, and it is originally written by Carl King, and we're playing the James Swearingen arrangement. These students were working really, really hard for our 3 rehearsals. I know we had our snow day cancellation, but I think you will be very pleased with their product. This is Big Four March, the middle school all-star band. Our next conductor is not a stranger to the stage. She just moved up a level from elementary, and I'm proud to welcome our colleague and friend to the stage. This is Miss Linda Granite, who teaches at Marshall Middle School now.
Mr. Pizzani and I decided that was too far away. How many of you have seen the movie La La Land? See, I find that my friends either really liked it or didn't like it. Like, there's no middle ground. But if you did like it, I think you'll really enjoy this medley. It's featuring several songs from the movie, first starting off with Another Day of Sun, then Mia and Sebastian's theme, City of Stars, and then Audition, otherwise known as The Fools Who Dream. There are soloists throughout the piece, and I will recognize the soloists at the end. Thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce the last of the three amigos here. Mr. Pizzani, Ingomar Middle School.
Need to have that magic wand. Good evening, everyone. Talking about the history of North Allegheny and what a wonderful history Mr. Kraus was telling you about. I just want to clarify that I am not the oldest member on the staff. I am competing for that. I think I'm the second most tenured on the staff. I am the oldest of the middle school. But I'm fortunate to work with two wonderful ladies at the middle school level. Before I conduct my number, I want to recognize some of the outstanding students on stage here. They're all outstanding, but there are a select group that auditioned and were honored to be selected for Allegheny Valley Honors Band. So if I could have those students behind me stand if you were a participant in Allegheny Valley Honors Band. Please stand. Those of you that have a child on stage or one that is in the high school level, you know about Allegheny Valley Honors Band. Those in the elementary, these students audition in front of two judges at a designated high school, and then they are selected from that prepared audition. And it is quite an honor to be a part of that group, and we're fortunate to have so many students selected from this district. My selection is one that is really a staple in the band literature. There's probably not a band director alive that doesn't know Robert W. Smith because of his outstanding compositions, and most of them know this particular piece in canto. It starts off with a kind of an antiphonal brass and then goes into a very quick melody, a melody that will stick with you the rest of the evening. And then you are going to hear a really beautiful slow section in which it builds back up and comes back and does a reiteration of that opening melody. This is in canto. Thank you. Give us a few minutes, and Mr. Stefan and Jazz Ensemble 1 will be back out here to play a little bit more.
Okay, another round of applause for the middle school band. Okay, we're going to continue with another one of, again, my favorite charts. I didn't realize we're doing two of the charts I really like. This was written by Phil Wilson for the Buddy Rich Big Band, and though it's not your typical Buddy Rich tune, however, they took it a little fast. The band and I decided we were going to take the slower tempo that the Airmen of Note took, the Air Force Jazz Ensemble. And of course, by the title, well, you don't know the title because it could be any one of those except Corner Pocket, right? Because, you know, we already played that one. So it's got to be one of the other ones. So it is basically blues. And it is a blues, which is a very important part of jazz. And we're going to feature Marsh Henry, right, on the tenor sax. And JT Robinson on the tenor sax again. Luke Wood on the guitar, Noah Fenton on the piano, and some pretty cool drumming by our drummer once again, Nicholas Frodo Giorgetti. This is basically blues. And for those of you in the Marshall Jazz Ensemble, it's not basic Cali blues. You'll hear the difference. Okay. Thank you. Jazz Ensemble 1, Basically Blues by Phil Wilson. Okay. Okay. I need that back. Yep. See what he does? He steals things from me. This is what this man does. He steals your heart. Okay, I think we're about, excuse me, I think we're about ready. We set, boss? Okay. One of the reasons, sometimes I get asked, you know, why we have Jazz Ensemble 1 play and not Nash Wind Ensemble. The reason is, for the 8th graders here, this is more of what you're going to see next year when you come up. The Nash Wind Ensemble is kind of a, you know, couple steps up, but they're older. It's an honors class. And we don't want you to get too blown away. But this fine ensemble up here is what you're going to be playing in. So it gives you something, you know, to grab onto, to say, you know, I can be in that, I can be a part of that. And what a great band it is. Superior ratings at festivals. Not to be competitive, but it's always nice when we go to a festival and our top band gets first place, and our second band gets second place, and our third band gets third place, and then someone else's first band gets first place. But not to be competitive. Yeah, what, 4th place? Yeah, sorry. Okay, so in any event, I'm gonna be quiet before I make a bigger fool of myself. I'm really good at that. Mr. Steve Baldanzi and the NAI Wind Ensemble.
All right, what a nice house tonight. Having a good time, guys? Yeah, some good music. Hey, I have a story to tell you. I am the oldest one. Yeah, so that's the way life is. All right, so I decided for this year to change it up a little bit and feature some outstanding students. And in the fall, I started, with the help of our Nash kids, we started a composition club. And we had some students start composing music. And your next, the student is going to come out here and conduct her own work. We worked on that during the fall, and we worked on, you know, how to arrange for a wind ensemble, and she did a great job. So I'm going to bring out Maggie now. She's going to talk a little bit about her piece, and then she's going to conduct her own work. So Miss Maggie Johnson.
Hi, everybody. I wrote the piece Oracle of Time. It's a piece describing the passing of time. The crescendoing excitement of the first section represents the joy and enthusiasm that life brings. The different parts in the solos for the clarinet and the flute represents the calm and peacefulness of life. I hope you enjoy.
All right. I think we're going to be hearing a lot from that kid, huh? She did a great job. All right, I'm going to feature one of my flute players now, Miss Grace Lee. Come on up here, hon. Now, Grace auditioned this year, and she got into honors band, is that correct? And then she auditioned into district band, and you were first chair, right? And then she auditioned all the way into region band. So I figured we'd feature her, because she did such a great job so far this year, and a beautiful solo. And if you know the movie by with Robert De Niro, The Mission, here is Gabriel's oboe. Okay, let me see where your flute is. Let's play a few notes. Good. Yep, she did. All done. All right, well, we're going to end with a swing tune, one of my favorite clarinet, jazz, clarinet players. So we're going to feature Mr. Benny Goodman over here, and then a little bit later we're going to feature Harry James on the trumpet and Mr. Gene Krupa on the drums. So here is Benny Goodman's The King of Swing. Why don't you play a few notes? Can we go to the side? Go play a little bit more. Getting that back there? A little more. Play a little more. A little closer. All right. Good. Mr. Benny Goodwin. Okay, great. Go to where you were for the, take it with you. Take everything with you, okay? Take them out there. Hey man, you nailed that.
Okay. Let's hear it for the NAI Wind Ensemble again. What great soloists, huh? Great job, Mr. B. Okay, it's fitting the tune that they just played. I had no idea they were playing that because it kind of, in a way, bleeds into what we're going to do. How many of you know the tune Take the A Train? Okay. I don't think you know it like this. This is rearranged by Alan Baylock, who is the director of jazz studies at North Texas University. He's the director of the 1 O'Clock Band, a good friend of mine. And we really enjoy playing his music, and he does this with a lot of these tunes. Rearranges them and makes them just more modern sounding. So this is Take the A Train, of course by Duke Ellington, but arranged by Alan Baylock. It's going to feature J.T. Robinson again on the tenor sax. It's the J.T. Robinson Big Band, that's right. Matt Reese, right? Matt on the trumpet. Alex DiBiase, Barry sax. That's you. Chris Zunsky on the trombone. Amy Muhlenkamp on the drums. And I think that's it, right? Okay, we hope you enjoy this arrangement of Take the A Train. Jazz Ensemble 1, thank you.
All right, great job, Jazz One. All right, 138 bucks? 139 schmackers. So take out your ticket. It's a red ticket. Let's see. Who wants to pick a ticket? Oh, no! All right, wow, there's a lot of numbers here. And since I'm so old, wow. Hey, I need a spotlight here. All right, the numbers are 272-4012. 272-4012. 272-4012. Anybody? Oh, yeah, okay. Awesomeness. Congratulations. All right, is it finale time? All right, hey, it's time for the grand finale.
Mr. Baldanzy's a little shorter than me, so I have to adjust this. Well, I didn't get to talk earlier, but I want to thank you for bringing your kids to the evening rehearsals and for all your support. It's been an absolutely fantastic experience, and I hope you've really enjoyed this evening. And especially for our elementary parents who haven't been to an older kid event, this is kind of a cool way for you to see the progression that the kids make. This has been a really, really special night. We're going to do two finales. And the first one is going to be an arrangement of America the Beautiful with all these kids up here. And then after that, the drum majors are going to conduct a school song. So this is America the Beautiful. Thank you very much. We have one more piece for you this evening. This is School Song.
We don't have an encore, and we're not going to do the tag again. I want to thank all of you for coming out this evening and celebrating us with us this evening. This ExtravaBANDza event wouldn't be possible without all of you. Thank you again for coming out this evening, supporting the program. Remember your homework assignment. Go and tell someone how well things are going up here. Encourage them to be part of this great program. About another round of applause for our elementary band, our middle school students, our NAI Wind Ensemble, all the members of Jazz 1, and on behalf of all of the band's staff, thank you again for coming out. We'll see you next year. Good night, everybody.